I heard the neighbor's car running in the garage as I got into my car to drive out to the grocery store. That seemed a bit odd since it was summertime. Why would they need to warm it up? I shrugged off the thought away and drove to the store. An hour later, I heard the car again as I unpacked the groceries from the trunk. I frowned. Maybe they're just gone back. I couldn't see anything because the garage door was closed. As I was putting away the groceries, my mother phoned about some arrangements for my son's third birthday party. We talked for nearly an hour. Then I ran back out to the car and get a bag I'd forgotten, and heard my neighbor's car again. Maybe they forgot it was still running. I walked over to the house and rang the doorbell repeatedly. No one answered. Now I was getting worried. There was no sight of anyone home, and normally the kids would be playing out in the backyard with their father at this time of day. I phoned the house. No answer. I phoned both parents' cell phones. I got a voicemail. I couldn't leave things there. A car running in a closed garage was dangerous. Eventually, I called the police and explained the situation. They sent someone over and found the father's dead in the car. Suicide worse. The carbon monoxide had crept into the house, and all the children are affected. The eldest girl and the baby were far enough away from the garage to recover quickly, but the middle daughter was hospitalized in a coma. I went every day with her hysterical mother to visit. Poor woman, a dead husband, traumatized children, and a daughter who would be a vegetable all her life. Even if she woke up from her coma, my family did everything we could to ease her burden as she waited for her family who lived overseas to arrive. I took her to the hospital to see her child, and my mother watched the other kids while we were out. My husband even went over to cut the grass and fix the leak in our sink. On the fourth visit to the hospital, something strange happened. While I was watching by the side of the little girl, and my neighbor was talking with the nurse in the hallway, a breeze swept suddenly into the room, and it seemed to swirl about the little girl. It flattened her hair on her head, as if it was a hand patting it. I heard the murmur of a man's voice. Then the breeze vanished. In an instant, the child's eyes popped open, and she sat up in bed. I examined in surprise, bringing the neighbors running with the nurse, and the child calling out to her mother in a perfect rational voice. "Mama?" she said, holding out her little arms as her mother swept her up into a huge hug. The child hugged her back and said, "Daddy was here. He said he was sorry and I gotten hurt, and that he missed me, and he told me to wake up, so I did. He said he missed you too." I know, I gasped. So did the nurse. My neighbor was crying tears of joy for her daughter and the pain of our loss. Quietly, we tiptoed out of the room and was left alone. But I wonder, looking back over my shoulder, about that strange breeze that had swept through the room. Was it possible I had seen my neighbor's spirit talking to his daughter? I shivered a bit and went to phone my husband with the good news.